The stars are about to get into character, but it's not for a movie. Get ready for the best moments of celebrities impersonating other celebrities.
Arnold said, if you're going to be a movie star, the movies can't only be successful in America. You've got to go to every country in the world. You have to think of yourself as a politician running for the job of biggest movie star in the world.
Staying on the topic of Schwarzenegger, the Austrian star was once told that he would never make it due to his thick accent and complicated surname. However, this is probably the first time you'll ever see a Seth Rogen impression.
I tried on so many glasses, and then I go, what should I wear? And they go, well, Seth, what do you think? And he's like, I really don't give a shit. He can literally wear like whatever the he wants. I mean, I don't really care. Makes zero difference to me. It's like, I mean, no one cares.
I used to hear Sylvester Stallone sort of saying, you know, doing a lot of swearing like that, talking about I just had one of those days, you know, and his mother loving came out to bust his ass. What about you, Alan?
Yes, I've had one of those days, too. My mother sent me to the corner shop for a packet of lemon puffs, and I came back with happy face.
Eddie Murphy will not think twice about his safety if a good impression is at the tip of his tongue.
All-time best ring interest music. He would come out to one note. There's no song playing. It's like a doo. For him to even come up with that, because you're the one that says I want my music to be, for him to go, just give me one solid note.
Did you ever get to meet Bubbles?
Yeah, you know, I met Bubbles, but Bubbles had gotten too old. Bubbles was in the cage, like tripping, like, ah! And Mike was like, don't go near the cage.
Of course, we cannot present an impersonations compilation without our MVP, Jay Farrow.
A new vice president.
Yes.
Will be sworn in soon. You do a very good Kamala impression.
Yes.
You know, I do have a Kamala Harris impression, and the key to it is actually sounding like you just left happy hour, because I'm lit. I am so lit. I am so lit. Like when she was walking that morning and she called up Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Hi, Joe, you won. We did it.
Ever thought you'd hear a Texas icon switch personas with your quintessential Englishman? Well, something extraordinary is about to happen here.
I thought it'd be kind of fun if you read a famous line of Matthews and Matthew, you read a famous line of Hughes.
Oh, great.
Would you be up for that?
Yes, please.
Matthew, you can go first.
Oh, my.
The first one is Hughes' line from Love Actually.
Who do you have to screw around here to get a cup of tea and a chocolate biscuit?
And then Hugh, could you read this line here? This is from one of Matthew's.
All right, all right, all right!
Acting like somebody is one thing, but being able to sing at the level of Lord? Let's all bow down to Alessia Cara.
All right, okay. Lord, Baba, black sheep.
I gotta get the hand, the
yeah.
claw. Baba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. One for the master, one for the day, one for the little boy who lives down the lane. Baba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full.
You can't top that!
I don't know, because this looks like recycling to me, but maybe, is that where the food goes? I don't know. It's too many bins.
I ran backstage to go see Don before he was coming out. I run back real quick, and he's sitting in a chair, and I said, hey, Don, I just want to let you know, I'm here and wish you luck and everything. He goes, John, you're here, and you're not late.
That's a pretty good Don Rickles, by the way.
Thanks. I'm gonna go back out to the seat, let you do what you gotta do. I'm just gonna give you a kiss before you go out. As I go to kiss him, I said, by the way, I have a little herpes breakout.
Did he laugh? Well.
Oh, no, sir. We are about to lose the Shakira stream.
Who knew there was a Colombian side to Ariana Grande?
Boss, the 90s divas play
playlist is glitching.
It all makes sense now. Ariana Grande is just every iconic voice in history put into one tiny powerhouse.
There were nights when the wind was sad. Let my body froze in bed at night. Listen to it right outside the window. Shall we go for it?
Celine Dion's at 100%.
Tom Hiddleston ordering a Big Mac at McDonald's.
Hi, yeah, I'd like to have your Big Mac, please. And some fries. And a shake too. And some chicken and nuggets. And while you're at it, can I have a quarter pound of cheese? And a fillet of fish if they still do those. Thanks.
But to hear Simon Pegg's hilarious story about meeting the Queen at the Narnia premiere.
Weirdly, there's been a lot of that, because you've met the Queen, Simon, haven't you?
I did, I met her recently, yeah. I met her at the Narnia premiere, and she, I thought I broke her, to be honest. I was standing next to young Joe McElderry, the X Factor winner, and she said, "And you're a musician?" to him. Well, someone whispered that he was in her ear. And then she came up to me and she went... And I was just waiting for her to speak, and I swear it was like 30 seconds, and I started to bead sweat. And then she just went, "And what do you do?" Like that, and I almost hugged her, because I thought, thank God, you're still with us. And then... Because I played a mouse in Narnia, did the voice of a mouse, and someone told him what I was doing, and he said, "When did you realise you had the voice of a mouse?"
I'm so excited to be here tonight. Oh my God! Oh my God! Yeah. See, drinking a me. But you know, seem. Another joke again. I swear we only friends, all right.
You have a new movie that you're doing with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Had you met Snoop Dogg before you started working on the movie?
You know, it was funny, man. The first time I actually met Snoop, he had this big trailer. I told his handlers, I said, "Look, y'all gotta let me meet Snoop." So I walk in the trailer, I have my speech prepared. He's sitting in a big circle with, him and his boys. So he's passing around the blunt, and eventually it comes to me. And, at that time, I ain't smoked. So I told him, I said, "Look, man, I appreciate the offer, but, that's not really what I do." And as cool as he could be, he just was like, "Hey, dog, I really respect that. I like the fact you keep it clean and you keep it thug thizzle." Then he turned to his boy and he said, "Get that nigga out of my trailer."
Let's hear it.
I know I'm a smart guy. I played a lot of times. When I played hard. So I know what I'm doing, and we'll be fine. We're like going to this next endeavor. Really good.
I turn in the take to, look at Bob to see if he's picking up on this, and Bob's going. He's having a little nap. They call cut. Someone sees the stain spreading on the shirt, and they call cut, and Bob kind of goes. And he looks over at me and he goes, "Was I sleeping?" And I said,
De Niro.
No, and I said, yeah. And he goes, "Oh."
He worried a little bit about you working too hard.
Yeah.
He said what?
He said, "How many films do you do a year?" And I said, "I don't know, it depends, maybe 3. He said, "Too much." I said, "What do you mean too much?" He said, "We only have so many faces in our pockets." And I thought,
you got it.
It makes sense, man.